Hey guys, how are we doing today? This is Team Leon Ockenden back again with Heavy Rain Part 2. We left it in a good place yesterday and we're just about to start the crime scene with our lovely Nerman. I really hope Leon's not here to hear my very poor impression of him. Put it away. Put it away. I love all the little rain gestures, how he just absolutely hates the rain and whatever he does. Stepping in puddles, sneezing.
Zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI.
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks.
I had a really good screenshot of that smile on my PS4 and I'm so annoyed at myself, right? I was running out of space yesterday, so I went to go and clear out some old screen grabs and stuff like that and some old save data in games that I didn't want. I accidentally erased the picture of Norman smiling and it was my background for ages and I'm so annoyed at myself and now I'm going to have to go take it again.
Video memo recording, Agent 47023, Norman Jaden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m.
Oh, I'm not going to say it, right? I'm not going to say it. No, I'm going to say it. Back up your stuff. I always back up my stuff. Well, not on the PS4 because I'm stupid, but anything else I back it up.
Unrelated to the investigation.
Oh, that wasn't the P, was it? Where that officer P's on the floor.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Carter Blake.
Well, that was rude.
Thanks. Harry comment, sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the way.
Yeah, that's it. Why would you do that? Seriously, come on, be professional. No, he's not. I don't get why. Like, I know he's not the best at conversations, as I'll demonstrate shortly, but come on, man, go and talk to him. If I saw a cool guy standing around like that, I'd go say hello. Who wouldn't?
Harry comment, sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland.
Another one? Oh, nice.
Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking
Yeah,
for
I guess
rain,
that's what it
dead
is. I
bodies,
guess
and
they probably
highways,
see
you
him
come
as a
to the
threat
right place.
because of the Ari and stuff, and they just think that he's a know-it-all and a snob.
Right away, Lieutenant.
When in reality, the snob, I guess, is Blake.
Are you coming, Jaden?
I don't want to follow you. Okay.
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the Origami Killer. Any news on the coroner? He's on his way, Lieutenant. We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some
Can't
clues?
walk today.
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
Ooh, ban.
No, of course not. That's not what I meant.
Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here.
I actually have a bit of a Marmite
Yes, Lieutenant.
relationship with Blake. I hate him, but I like him just because he's so funny.
Do we know the cause
And
of
Leon
death?
said that apparently Mike
No
Powers,
marks on the body.
his actor, is actually a really
Chance thought he was
decent
drowned,
guy, and he was really fun to
like
work
the
with.
others.
So
Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jade, come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
no, we're not, mate. We're not. Here we go. Here we go. Brilliant, brilliant social skills right here.
Pretty chilly, huh?
Tumbleweed.
When did they find the body?
Excuse me, but who are you exactly?
Norman Jaden? FBI?
Yeah, I can't imagine working with Blake. I think I'd be like face palming every 5 minutes. And just do a Norman and just walk off and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to do this by myself.
There's some in the thermos behind you. Help yourself.
Ooh, thank you, I shall.
Lousy weather, huh? Does it always rain like this?
It rains every fall. Doesn't it do that where you come from?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Happiest comment of the year, doesn't do that where you come from. He's making conversation with you! And that's what British people do. I know he's American, but his voice actor is British. That's what we do. We talk about the weather because we're weird. Right, back to work. No, I know, it's like some foreign entity. They're like, what is this rain of which you speak? I cannot walk at all today, I'm sorry. I think he might have had a bit too much to
Harry
drink
Cameron,
today.
The victim is lying on
Maybe
his
he
back.
drinks and does tryptase.
No visible signs of violence.
Oh really? Like, I've been to Germany quite a lot and nobody ever talked to me about the weather. Well, they did because they thought it was a British thing to talk about, but...
Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. His face is covered with mud, like the other victims.
I guess the word I was going to say was blunt. I don't mean that in an offensive way, but actually I quite like that about Germans. They're quite blunt and to the point. They don't do small talk and sort of beat around the bush
Harry, come in.
like we British people do.
Probably from the flour left on the body.
Excuse me, policeman, you're in my way.
Harry, comment. The pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail.
It's not.
Harry, comment. Traces of blood on the railroad track. Analysis confirms it comes from the victim.
Bear with me 2 seconds, I just want to find the cat. I know it sounds really morbid, I can't remember where the cat is, but I really like the comment that he makes about the cat. It's so deadpan. Is it the other side? No, it's here.
Dead cat.
The FBI doesn't keep files on dead cats. Not yet.
Not yet.
I've got to say, I do like Norman's sense of humour.
Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line.
It is.
Comes from
I'd
the
love to
victim.
know actually to
The
what
killer came
extent
this way with the body and probably
some of
grazed
the
it on
lines
his way
were
through the fence.
scripted and if anything was ad-libbed. Like, I didn't do it earlier, I did it in the test stream, but there's a little bit, I don't know if you've seen it, where if Norman steps in a puddle, he has like a little moment where he's like, ew, 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 I stepped in a puddle, ew, gross, gross. And I feel like that was a tiny little thing that maybe Leon did. And I love it. Oh, here we go, the hill. I don't know whether to be nice or mean today. Damn. That was not on purpose. Don't mind me, I'm just having a screw up. Really? I'm not doing too well with this today. Yeah, I haven't played in a while, that's what it is. I think it's been like 2 or 3 years. But I want to do this on hard difficulty because it'll make it more interesting. No, don't fall down the whole thing again. Oh God, I know. I'm waiting for the moment that I actually do. And then Leon watches it and then sends me a message and goes, "You what? I'm never talking to you ever again."
There's a good chance that they're the killers. Tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. Maybe the killer's car. You have seen all there is to see.
Got all the clues, yay. Now do I be good? Ah, to be fair, he's already muddy anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, when he goes in the puddle and he's like, oh. Yeah, I think he would be as well.
I'm heading back to the office. Staying?
No, I've seen enough. I'm leaving too.
It's funny talking to him about it, actually. I think he still can't quite believe how much of a cult status Norman Jayden has and the impact that it's had on people. I think he's quite modest and he doesn't actually believe that it's like really a thing, but I try and tell him it is a thing. Yeah, me too actually. I remember the first time I played this, it was one of the first games, like as soon as I put it down, particularly because I screwed it up on the first time because I'd never played anything like this before with QTEs, and I fucked up on a major level and I killed everyone. So I had this massive desire to go and replay it anyway, but Norman was the last character that I killed because I didn't realise the final puzzle with Ari is timed. And I just remember seeing the blood coming out of his eyes, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this? What have I done? And then when he died, I was literally like, no.
A bat. A wolf's head. A crab. Death.
This doctor looks like David Cage.
Death.
Oh god, the car press thing. Oh, that terrifies me. I always have to try really hard not to do that. The scream absolutely terrifies me. It's not nice.
However, I am worried about your psychological condition. I know it's not easy. But you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead. He'd still be alive if I'd been looking out for him.
It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. You can't blame yourself forever for your son's death. How is Sean?
He's a very solitary kid, you know, very focused within himself. He's really close to his mother. With me, he's more distant.
And what about you, Ethan? What do you feel?
Ethan feels sad.
No longer want to live. I have no reason to continue.
Oh.
Not even for your son, Sean.
I couldn't save Jason. Sean doesn't need a father like me.
Oh, Ethan.
Is there something else you wanted to tell me, Ethan?
No, I'm not telling you.
No. No.
That's the end of this session. We'll continue this conversation next week. You were lucky, Ethan. It's very rare to survive such a traumatic accident.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doctor.
Yeah, that's not the right thing to say to somebody as a psychiatrist. Bit odd. Yeah, I have. I quite like them, but I did feel like they were slightly out of place with the game's general look and feel. I think, I don't know, part of me wishes that they'd kept them in.
How did things go at school today?
Just because, I said this in the last video actually, I like the blackouts, but the fact that they kind of go unexplained, it leaves a lot to be desired, and it leaves quite a big plot hole. But at the same time, I guess if they had left the supernatural element in, it would have felt a bit strange. I don't know, what do you think about it?
I feel like it.
Is something the matter, Sean?
No, I'm alright.
Yeah, I think they definitely fit better as nightmares. Like, I liked the idea of him being linked to the origami killer, but it seemed a bit weird when they went kind of the whole hog and were like, oh, their minds are linked and he and the killer can see the same things. And I thought, yeah, that's the sort of thing I would have expected for something like Beyond Two Souls or even Detroit Become Human, really.
Yeah.
Not for sort of like a noir type thriller. Yeah, exactly. Because he got run over and his head got hit. He has trauma, and it's like an emotional way that he like relives things. That's the way I see it.
Dad, make me fly.
Make me fly. Have you seen that YouTube poop video with the Make Me Fly, and somebody modded it so that he like flies off and he's like, ah! I love that. There's this whole series of YouTube poop videos. They're absolutely brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Have you seen the one that somebody did with the origami killer, and it's just Norman going, origami killer, and then it's Blake, origami killer, and then they do it over and over again, and then at the end it's origami bitch. That's my favourite one. I'll have to put that up again sometime.
What about that merry-go-round. I bet I can push you so fast you won't be able to stay on it.
Great!
It makes me laugh every time.
Go on, Dad, as fast as you can.
I think I probably have now, by the way. There's a few that have come out recently
Faster!
that are quite good, but it seems like there's not a lot of new content coming out. I'm hoping though that the guy that did the No One Can't Dance video, he seems to every so often he'll get back into it and he'll just suddenly come out with something new related to Quantic Dream. Like I think it was late last year he suddenly popped up again and he did a whole load of Fahrenheit in 2D. That was brilliant. So I'm hoping he might do some more.
Whoa! I think my head is spinning.
Good training for astronauts, though.
Oh, I've got to remember that full 15 time.
I'd like a packet of strawberry flavored Chewies, please. Thanks. Hey, I got you some Chewies.
Yeah, he has. He does seem to pop up every so often. He did some Beyond Two Souls ones recently as well that were, I think, 200 and then 500 animation. It was great. Also, really, really disturbing at certain points when their eyes popped out of their heads, but I loved it.
Looks like rain's coming. I think you better go.
Okay. You know, I didn't mean what I said before. I was just angry.
You were right to be angry. I wasn't very nice to you either.
I was being a responsible parent, Sean, I'm sorry.
Hey, Dad, can I have a ride on the carousel? Can I?
Sure. Go pick a horse and get on. I'll get a ticket. One, please.
That's $1.
So cheap. Oh, here we go, another blackout. I just had a thought. I can't believe I've never thought of this, like the whole time I played this game. If you had a blackout like that in public, like, nobody noticed. Nobody in the park noticed. Am I just being weird? Oh yeah, she did. Do you know, I totally forgot about that. And that's one of my favourite scenes because it's got Jerry in it. Yeah, no, that scene when I first played it with the merry-go-round in Detroit, that actually scared me for ages because of the way the Jerrys were all frozen, and I was just terrified something really scary was going to happen. And then it turned out to be like the cutest scene ever, with really friendly androids. Are you serious? What, so like it was in public and like nobody noticed, nobody paid attention? That's terrifying. Oh, here we go. Sean, Jason, Sean. Oh my god, that's absolutely awful. Like, why would you step over somebody? I don't know. I guess it shows the mentality of some people nowadays. But you'd think if you had any decency, you'd stop and check if somebody was okay. Sorry, I'm going to stop myself because I'll go on a full-on rant now otherwise. Oh, I like this chapter. Mate, I'm not being funny, but where you've put your hand from that angle, it doesn't look too good.
Do you think it's gonna take long?
No, he should be finished soon. Yeah, I know. I love the bit in a second when the policeman just comes along and watches him and he's like, what the hell? What have you been smoking? And also, I love how Norman is so socially isolated from people anyway, that he doesn't even care that there's people standing there looking at him. Oh, the guy didn't do it.
I'm off, Charlene. I'll look at the reports later. Oh, cancel all appointments for this afternoon.
Okay. Oh, Captain, Agent Norman Jayden from the FBI is here.
Jayden, of course. We've been expecting you. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Do you mind tagging along? We can talk as we walk.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to introduce myself before getting started, but perhaps there's a better time.
No, it's fine. I just have to get to the press conference. We have them every day now. Believe me, it's not always easy finding something to tell them. Fortunately, today we have some news. Have you met Lieutenant Blake yet?
Yeah, we met this morning.
He has his own methods, but he's a good cop. I'm sure you'll get him well together. Do you know
To be honest, I don't blame you.
I guess.
Oh no, the tie tying.
To be frank with you, I could have done without the FBI on this one, but the press are all over us. This origami killer case crept up on us, and it's fast becoming a national concern. There are hundreds of killers in this country, but what do you know? This guy is exotic. He leaves flowers and origami figures. Work that one out, and the press get onto it, and we suddenly become the center of the universe.
I'm here to arrest a serial killer.
There you go, mate.
With all due respect, sir, the rest of it, it's none of my business.
Oh. Of course.
I can't walk up a hill, but I can tie a tie.
Is that you make progress, and fast. The press want a perpetrator, and we're gonna have to serve him up on a silver platter. Not bad. Oh, go see Charlene. She'll show you to your office. Yeah, check in on the press conference if you're interested. It'll give you an idea of the political climate around here.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the club, Jaden.
I'm ready to start. Maybe we should kick off by talking about the case?
I have some work to finish here. Let's talk about that later, if you don't mind.
Okay. No problem. Just let me know when you're available.
I'm going to go get the disgusting cup of coffee. I'd love to know what it is. Oh, that sounds nasty. I can't drink black coffee unless I'm really, really desperate. But yeah, I guess you get used to it. And I guess if you need coffee, what do you do? Sorry, I'm just looking for something. I'm trying to find where the big map is, because I had a really weird glitch on PS4 or no, I think it's PS3 actually. Where I got to the section where the map is and Norman stared at it, and a female police officer came around the corner and she wouldn't stop following Norman around and like staring at him, like she was proper gawping over him like, whoa, this man is so hot. It was brilliant. I think, yeah, it was PS3, I remember, because I remember thinking, oh, I wish there was a facility to record video with. It was like the best glitch I ever had. So I hope it happens again, because it was brilliant. I made up a little story to go with it and everything. I was like, hey, I'm Norman, and then the moment I turned around and said, hey, I'm Norman to her, she walked off in disgust. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever had it. That was the funny thing. I seem to be the only person that had it. And I made a whole argument out of it, of how everyone says that Norman is gay, and I was like, he's not gay, look, women fancy him. So I hope it happens again. I can't for the life of me remember where the map is though. Oh, here we go. Perry, excuse me. Yeah, so I was stood looking at this map, and then a young policewoman just sort of followed Norman out. And I think I went into the empty conference room or something, and then went sat in a chair, and she followed him out, and she just stood there and was like, whoa, hot man. Whoa, so sexy. It was great. I hope it happens again.
Nice watch.
Oh, it's the present we offer to our new lieutenants. We bought the same model each year for the
I
past
hope it was
20
real,
years
though.
for each promotion. It optimizes everybody's time, and it's the kind of
I'm
thing that
also a
always
bit
goes
sad
down
that they
well.
patched that other glitch that they had on PS3 with the police officer that's walking around the outside of his office, and then, no.
Sorry.
And then sometimes
No
he
problem. Maybe next time round.
comes through the wall, and you'll just see a police officer's head sticking out of Norman's.
Captain Perry said you could show me
cabinet.
to my office.
Yes, of course.
That's
Follow
pretty
me.
funny.
This is my
What
office.
version do you have? Have you got
That's where I
PS3 or
was supposed to
PS4 or
take you.
both?
If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Yeah, I need a better office. This isn't an office, this is a broom cupboard.
Okay, time to work.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was more specific to PS3. Yeah, that is true. Oh, is that with Ethan? In the Lizard Trial, right? I never had that,
Step
but I've
one.
seen it.
Change the office.
Do you want to pick this for me? What background should we go with? Should we go with the sea? Should we change it? Mountains, okay. It's that one, right? I don't usually go with this, so let's stick with the mountains. Good plan.
The killer's car is probably a Chevrolet Malibu 83. A common species. That doesn't help much.
Yeah, I guess you would. I guess if you actually
The
saw
orchid is a common species. It can be found at any flower
the
shop.
sea in 3D all around you, you would feel a bit claustrophobic, or yeah, like you were going to drown. Like, I don't cope well with 3D films, so it'd be a nightmare for me.
8 victims in the last 3 years. All boys, aged between 9 and 13. No signs of violence. The victims disappear from public places in broad daylight. No one notices anything. Bodies are found 3 to 5 days later, drowned in rainwater. Killer has a large comfort zone. He gained confidence rapidly and moved away from his base. This won't make the geoprofiling any easier. Always the same ritual. An origami in the hand, an orchid on the chest. The victims have always been dead for less than 6 hours when they were found. Which means they were
you're lucky.
several days before being drowned.
I wish I could do more stuff. It makes me feel really sick and then I get a migraine. Like, even when I saw... This is going to sound really, really lame. When I saw Lion King 3D, the cartoon version, even that, I was a bit like, whoa. Uh-oh.
Here we go again. I better go wash my face. I need to take some. I'm gonna faint if I resist.
No.
It's alright. I know I can make it. I know I can make it.
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's almost like he knows what it's like. No, we're not taking it. We're not taking it. Yeah, it's like he knows what it's like to be addicted to something and how it really affects you.
Is everything alright, sir?
Especially like this bit. Like, no one must see. No one must see.
No one must see.
Oh god, I can't remember what the toilet is. Oops. I couldn't remember where it was. Oh dear. I love the hotel room scene. I'm kind of hoping I get that far and I get to do the bit. Yeah, I kind of think this scene's better without Norman in it anyway. I feel like he's just standing around not really helping.
This is Lieutenant Blake, Mr. Marshall. Could you please tell him what happened?
It was this afternoon. I went to the park with my son, Sean. We played together for a while. And then he wanted to go on the carousel, so I put him on one of the wooden horses. And when I turned back, Sean had disappeared.
Exactly what time did you arrive at the park? Try to remember exactly, Mr. Mars. Every detail can be important.
It must have been about... 4:15.
Yeah, I have left the hotel
that's a
room. I did that
4:15.
once as an
remember
experiment
exactly
because I didn't know if you could actually leave.
Right.
It freaks me
What was your
out.
son wearing when he disappeared?
Like, it's just the same
He was wearing a
thing.
coat.
It's just a loop over and over again, and he ends up in the same.
A green coat.
He ends up in the same room over and over
And a
again.
pair of pants.
Like, how badly must he be tripping on that? Beige?
Beige pants.
How could Sean have disappeared without
No,
you even
that was all the way
noticing?
round.
Weren't you right by the carousel?
It's green pants and... Oh, damn it.
I went for a short walk around the park, just for a few minutes. When I got back, the carousel had stopped, and Sean wasn't there.
You say you took your son to the park after school, but you didn't report him missing until 8:15. Why did it take you so long to contact the police?
I don't know. I panicked. I didn't know what to do.
All right. That's all the questions I have for now. You're free to go, Mr. Mars. We'll continue to look for Sean overnight. We'll contact you if we have any more questions.
Do you think the origami killer...
Listen, your son's probably just run off and he'll turn up in a couple of hours.
But what if it is the origami killer?
Well, then we have about 4 days to find him alive.
Did they find something?
No, nothing yet. But they're going to keep
Oh,
looking
it's
through
my
the night.
favourite person.
Do they think it's the origami killer?
It's still too early to say. But it is a possibility.
What happened, Ethan? How could you lose Sean like that? You should never have taken your eyes off him. I mean, for God's sake, how hard is it to keep your eye on a child in the park? Why did you leave him, Ethan? Why? Wasn't it enough losing Jason?
How dare you? See, this is why I hate her.
Sorry. It's not what I meant to say.
I know they broke up and everything, but she's just so horrible. Yeah, she is. She is. And I know part of it is probably because she's annoyed at herself, but I think that's what annoyed me so much. It was like, no matter how annoyed you are at yourself, you shouldn't take it out on anyone. But even at the end, like if they get reunited, I still don't feel like she's a very nice person. But anyway.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Can I help you, sir?
Well, I hope so. My name's Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the origami killer. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My son is dead, Mr.
Yeah, I feel like
have
Grace
nothing
is
more to
very
say.
selfish. That's why I don't like her at all.
I also lost someone I love. I know what you're feeling.
Then you will understand that I do not wish to talk about it.
The killer has kidnapped another victim. A 10-year-old boy. Like your son, Risa. I have 4 days before we find his body on a deserted stretch of wasteland.
No one did anything to save my son. Now, you will please to move along, sir.
Oh, do you sell inhalers? I'm all out and
At least I won't go away completely empty-handed.
In the back of the store, to the right.
Thanks.
Good evening, sir. Are you looking for something in particular?
Your money.
Give me what you got in the register. Don't fucking try anything. Open the register, you dumb fuck. Put the money on the counter. Shit, are you deaf or what? Are you gonna open that fucking register or not?
No, sir. You do not have the right to steal that money from me. I have worked very hard to earn it. You cannot have it.
What did you say? You're out of your fucking mind, man.
Oh, I've done that as well. I'm hoping to go around the other way and hit him in the head.
Now!
You shall not be robbing my register, sir. That money is mine. I ask you now to leave before it is too late.
Christ, goddamn idiot! Open the register! Don't make me fucking kill you!
No, sir. That I cannot do.
I'll waste you, man. I ain't joking. I swear to God, man, I'll blow your fucking brains out! Fuck! Fuck! The goddamn thing is locked! Fuck! Drop it! Now! Don't move! Hands up! Put your fucking hands up or I'll shoot!
My name's Scott. What about you? What's your name?
Andrew. My name's Andrew.
Don't panic. Let's just stay calm. Nobody here wants to hurt you. We're all just gonna be cool, and everything will be all right.
Yeah. I'm cool, man. Everything's gonna be all fucking right.
Do you have anyone you care for in your life? A girlfriend, maybe? A family?
Yeah. A little girl. I got a little girl. Her name's Jessica.
What would Jessica think if she saw you here? Ask yourself, what would happen to her if things go wrong? Look, it's not worth it. Put the gun down and just walk away.
You giving me advice? I'll give you some fucking advice.
You don't really want to shoot anybody, do you? I'm sure we can find a way out of this mess, right? You're not a killer, are you? You just want a few extra dollars. No blood on your hands.
No, I'm not a killer. I ain't no killer. Nice try. For a second there, you almost had me believing all your shit. And now, give me the money. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2...
Oh, I've never had this happen before.
3!
Oh, I'm sorry, Hassan. Usually that's worked for me. Yeah, usually if I tell him he's not a killer, he usually calms down. Not today. Oh, I didn't get to do this, the bit with him giving the box, and I was going to ask you if you'd seen the other YouTube poop.
To look into the eyes.
Where he shows him that Hassan shows Shelby the box, and he goes, "Can I? Can I? Can I?" And his eyes go bigger and bigger every time. I love that. Well, I don't know about you, but this playthrough is turning out to be quite interesting. I'm having things happen to me that have never even happened before. Okay, well it's been an hour now, so I'm going to leave it there. But I will come back tomorrow and we'll continue with Madison then. I hope to see you tomorrow, mate. Take care. Bye.